Good morning, Richard. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Rick. I'm doing perfectly fine. How are you today?
Excellent, excellent. Well, listen, we were chatting last week about fixing problems and long-term solutions, and I thought this would be worthwhile sharing with the world. So Richard Evans is one of our Links Business Management Group partners, and is really heading our lean enterprise. And I really feel that the subject matter was pertinent to any manufacturer out there. So, Richard, I just want to recap what we were chatting about, and I think it's worth sharing.
Oh, absolutely, Rick. It's interesting when you look at traditional industries, traditional manufacturing. There's obviously problems inherent in every single process that goes through. And obviously the key to making product flow through the system is to solve those problems. But a lot of times I get instances where the team leaders, the employees, they talk about, yes, we fixed it, but have they really fixed it? So there is a real difference between problem fixing and problem solving. So for example, if you've got a process and somebody delivers a batch of parts to that particular process, but you're two pieces short, the supervisor or the team leader would run around and go and find those two pieces and bring them and say, okay, you're ready to go. I fixed my problem. But you haven't really solved the problem. The problem is that there were two parts short, and that could happen again. So there's a broken process somewhere. And it's very interesting that you look at lean, you look at the mindset of companies that adopt lean, and you see the difference, the total difference. And the total difference basically is that traditionally the team leaders, the leadership, they're firefighting every single day and they're putting fires out. But what they're doing is they're not going down and stopping the actual fires from starting again. So the same process will happen over and over again.
Yeah.
And we see this in every single industry.
Yeah. We've experienced it working with manufacturers where, they're just too busy, right, doing things in an inefficient way. So it doesn't allow them the time to really think about what's the root cause, what's going on, how can I fix this so it doesn't bother me again. They just put a Band-Aid on it and move on to the next. And there isn't a manufacturer in the world that doesn't suffer that to some degree. So how would you say would be the best way to really influence change within a company to just say, take a time out, look at the root cause, look at the problem, and make a permanent solution so you can be more efficient in their utilization of your workforce?
It's a good question, Rick. Years and years ago, when I first started on the lean journey, and it's too long ago to even recount now, if somebody said to me, where would you start with lean? I would have told them 5S. I said, you got to organize your workplace. You've got to make sure that everything is in order and it's set in the right place for you to do your job efficiently. If people were to ask me today, where would I start with lean? I would say inside the CEO's head. And the simple reason is because it's leadership within an organization that will affect the change. The behaviors of the leaders will actually make the culture within the organization. And it's interesting, I'm on a couple of Signal chat groups, and there was one fellow, even this morning, has been posting so many improvement videos, getting accolades from all the rest of the group. And then he finally announced this morning that his leadership has told him to stop. And the reason they told him to stop was because he was showing up a 40-year-old employee who had the job previously, and he was making all these improvements and making the kids happy. It was actually at a school, a teacher at a school, and that wasn't accepted. Change was not accepted. So, in order to make change within an organization and get to the root cause of everything, you have to set the right behaviors through the leadership. So the leadership needs to understand waste. They need to be able to recognize waste, and they need to encourage every single employee in the organization to embrace change and get rid of the waste and recognize it.
You know what? I think that's a beautiful segue to another another piece that we can do on the subject matter is organizational change readiness. So why don't we leave it there? And that's something that we'll talk about in the coming days. What do you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. Great talking to you, Rick. And
Yeah.
these are great things to talk about and share with the rest of the world.
If you want more information, reach out to us at LYNXBMG.com. We'd be more than pleased to talk to you about any subject matter about manufacturing excellence. All right, take care. Thanks.